everyone, it's Julia. I'm working on a flannel shirt this week. I'm going to just do some upcycle, add some things to it. I wanted to talk, first of all, I already bleached this through a stencil, and I'm just going to explain. I didn't tape this, but I'm going to explain to you how I do that. I always do it outside on a sunny day, and I lay the stencil down. I got a pack of these large stencils and on Amazon, and I'll link that down below for you. They're inexpensive, and I use them for a lot of different projects, but works great for this if you just want something on the back. Now, this is not going to be exact. I just wanted to add some grunge to it and just a little bit of a design. What I use for it, I always wear rubber gloves, and then I use this toilet bowl cleaner. It's the bleach that's a gel. Put a little bit on a disposable plate, and then with my rubber gloved finger, I just pick some up and rub it in. I just find that's the easiest way to control it. I know some people will put some on the side of this stencil and then bring it with a scraper. It gets a bit runny. But so I just use a little bit on the end of my finger and then just pull it off and let the sun work on it. And then I wash them. So super simple. I'll show you another one that I just got done too. I absolutely really love it. This was a flag stencil. And then also another part of this stencil had the word America. So I'm just going to have these at my summer shop. We're, 250th year. So I'm going to just sell, I'll just have a lot of the Americana patriotic designs this year. Has to be 100% cotton. There's a couple jeans that I tried that had a little bit of lycra in them, and that just didn't work as well. So just to let you know, 100% cotton, and it's just a lot of fun. I was helping our quilt club cut the fabric for our quilt raffle for next year, and this was the prints. They're just really, really beautiful. And this was the scraps left over, and they were going to throw these away. And I said, no, I'll take those. And I sort of had this shirt in mind because I knew it'd have the browns and the reds in it. So I went ahead and I just did it on my strips of 3-inch adding tape. I'm thinking I'm going to put it maybe around the bottom. Add some to the pocket, maybe to the front placket. I'm going to keep it simple. I also have this lace that I thought I might be able to use. So, anyway, that's my idea. I do want to, this is really long. It's a man size large. I am going to cut some of the length off and make it just a little bit more cropped. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm also going to remove all my paper on these 3 different strips that I made, and I'll come back. I've cut the bottom of my shirt off, and I joined 2 of my strips. So I've got a long strip. I'm going to sew this right sides together on the bottom of this, just taking a scant 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. And then I'm going to flip it and then top stitch that. When I do this, I am going to leave a little bit of the patchwork, so I can fold that back when I'm sewing. I've got the patchwork on the bottom, and I did a stitch, like a blanket stitch on the top. I pressed it and I don't have my serger here, otherwise I would have serged that to finish that off, but I wanted it to look, a little bit better on the inside. And then I also did a little zigzag or an overedge stitch on the bottom of this. My plan is to take my lace next, and this will be stitched on the outside, so you're not going to see that. But again, I wanted this somewhat finished so it doesn't just do a bunch of fraying on me. So that I'm going to do all the way around the bottom with the lace. And then I took the pocket off, I pressed it, and I have a little bit left of this patchwork that I'm going to right sides together, and I'm going to stitch this pocket on here, leaving the top open so I can turn it through the top. And then I thought I would use this, kind of give you an idea, to turn over. I'm going to just see how that works. I just thought that'd be fun to have a bit of the patchwork on the pocket. So back to my sewing machine, and I'm going to get this much done. Okay, lace is on, and the pocket is done. That was a slit. Now it's all covered, covered on the back, which look, and I like a little bit of the plaid sticking out. So I'm going to sew that back on. And then this is really simple. I'm not going to do much more. I am thinking about cutting the sleeve off, adding some of this patchwork to the bottom, and maybe putting in just a really loose elastic. I don't like a tight elastic, but I thought it'd be kind of nice to gather it in a little. I think I'm going to add the patchwork and then just see how tight it is. So that's my next step. I have to make more of this. So I do have some more patches and adding tape, and then sew on my pocket. I got my patchwork sewn around the bottom, and I hemmed it. I edge finished it first, and then I hemmed it. And then I decided I want to put a very narrow, loose elastic just to give it a little bit more shape. I just think it'd be cuter that way. And to do that, I've already did one, and I'll show you how I did it on the other one. I just did a small casing. So a narrow elastic is going to go inside this casing. And then that casing also covers up that raw edge really nicely, and it just looks a lot neater, and it won't irritate your skin either. So that's the plan. And what I did was I off of the fabric that I cut it from the bottom, off of the bottom of this, I cut a strip 1.5 inches wide, and I'm going to fold that and narrowly stitch this at 1/4 inch just to make a fabric tube. I got my fabric tube made. Now I'm just going to use my fast turns to turn this really quickly. These are just a hollow tube. They come in a variety of different sizes. If you were only going to get one size, I probably would get the 1/2 inch, which is what this one is. I love it for purse handles too, and just all sorts of things like that. You just fold over the tip of it, and then this wire has a little curly Q at the end of it. You just insert that, and then you grab that fabric, and then you just pull it through. And then once it's through, you can uncoil that and then pull on it, and it'll come out. I'm going to press this so that the seam is at one side, and then take it to my sewing machine. And just like I did this one, I do sew it on both sides of the tape and leave an opening at the bottom edge. And that's where I'm going to slip that elastic. I'm just going to take like a 3/8 inch, maybe an 1/8 inch elastic, and just take it through with either a bodkin. I don't know if my bodkin's going to fit. I'm going to check once. Don't know if you know what this is. It took me a while to figure out myself. I've always seen them on the Notion wall, but it's called a bodkin, and you can grab elastic and then you just run it through. But the hole has to be big enough to get it through there. Let me just check here. If not, like I said, I can just use a piece, I use a small safety pin. But yeah, I think that is going to work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just string my elastic through with my bodkin, which I don't have right now. My elastic is depleted. I'm going to have to run to the store and get that. But I'll show you some pictures at the end. Hope you enjoyed this. What a easy, quick, little, nothing too much. I think it's just going to be a really cute little shirt. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye for now.